All right, what's up, y'all? Another Thursday night. Lord blessed us with another week. Hope you enjoyed it like I did and gave credit where it was due. I'm flying solo tonight, so if you got any questions, put them in caps. I'll try to catch them over here. As you can see, the first one in tonight was Lady Prepper. She's in Tucson, Arizona tonight. She's attending a wedding for one of her best friend's daughter. And I'm going to tell you right now, the fellow that hooked that one, he's a lucky man because that girl is smart and very personable and beautiful. She's just sweet as she can be. But I miss you, babe, so hopefully everything will go all right. As you can tell, look behind me. Things changed since you left. Shouldn't have left me alone. All right, let's see who else is in the house with us tonight. Michelle J. from Tennessee. Hello, how are you tonight? Debbie Jones. Debbie Jones is with us. Yeah. Come on down. I know we got a few more in here. Texas Raider. We're about to cover a story that's the one you posted on social media about Tulsi Gabbard. We're going to cover that here in just a minute because that is very important. Thank you for sharing that where I could see it. Who else we got in the house tonight? Wanda Landry's with us. There we go. Come on down. The Buzzman is in the house. There's a few more. There's Tammy Joe, my girl right there. Were you here last week? I was just thinking the other day. I didn't see you last week, but I might have just missed you. So I'm glad you're back tonight. If you weren't here last week, as always, thank you for being here. I appreciate every one of you for being here. Sports Mobile 83, right there, down in the big town of St. Cloud. Craig, the radio man. I got to give you a call tomorrow, if I can. I want to talk to you about some radio stuff. All right, who else we got down? There's Glenn Anderson from Texas. Y'all been having some storms down that way. Hopefully everything's all right in your area, buddy. Lynn Stalker from the bombing range. She lives in Ocala, just north of me here. And I think I see, there he is, the superstar himself. Rural to I.C. Let's say hello to everybody. We had a good time over there last night, like we always do on Wednesday night. 9 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Central. If you want to join that live stream, he has a good bunch over there, and we have a blast. David T. Forrest back. Kayla Starrett back with us. J1 is here. Hill Bill, the original, right there. My man. Yeah. Look at there. Lady Prepper, you missed this space? Oh, my God. We got to get you some help. Diane LS is with us. Thank you so much. From all the way across the pond over in Great Britain. What's going on, buddy? Devon Steve is back with us. He hadn't been here in a while. Thank you for joining us, man. I appreciate it very much. Patriot Ordnance is in the house. Katie's back with us. Man, we got a good bunch in here tonight. There's Rose. Thank you for coming in. Yeah, we got a good bunch in here tonight. Jax is back. Good to see you. Todd Neese from the Iowa crowd. And A. Deo from Miami. I think you're up in Pittsburgh now, though, right? Or are you still in Miami? I know Jeffrey's up in Pennsylvania. Devon Steve, we gave you a shout out. Thank you, brother. Bill Kilmer. Scruffy made it. All right. I was glad to hear today that you have some precious metals in your possession. If you watched my video from last week, this market's going crazy. The dollar keeps dropping, and we don't know what's going to happen. So those precious metals are going to be more valuable very soon than they are right now. Come on down. Yeah, I got a great group in here tonight. I sure do. Some of them's part of your crowd, too, and that's awesome, man, when we can share the group like that. That's very cool. I guess that's it. I think I hit the bottom of the list. If I missed you, I apologize. But let's get it going. What do you say? Like I said, I'm flying solo tonight, and put any questions in caps. I'll try to catch them, but I got to share something with you. Lady Prepper left here. She's going to be gone till basically Monday morning, but she left me a honeydew list. I want to share this one. I ain't going to give you each day, but I'm going to share it today with you. Number 1, don't die. Number 2, don't let Tucker die. Number 3, don't let the chickens die. Collect the eggs. Water the garden. Give Tucker his meds. And then she tells me to take my meds. And I got 4 days of that. She, I don't want to die. Life is so much easier when she's around because she does take good care of me. And to be honest, I need somebody to. I'm accident prone. Don't know if you can see that. My thumb right there got a Band-Aid on it. I'm always cutting myself or something. But I need her here to help me out and keep me going. But let's get right into it here. See what's happening. Right off the bat, Pete Hegseth's doing his job. That's why you keep seeing leakers come out on him and start spreading crap. But this one right here, I thought was really outstanding. An Army-based commander, what's her name? Let me see if I can read it there. Sheila Ramirez. She was a commander at Fort McCoy. They have their pictures on the wall of their chain of command. They call it a command wall. Most military bases has it. But she had up 3 empty frames, one for Donald Trump, one for J.D. Vance, and one for Pete Hegseth. She totally left them out of the chain of command on the command wall. And now she's looking for a job. And that's a good thing. So maybe she learned something, but I doubt it. When you get people like that at that level, they think they're, especially a command, in command like that. She thinks she's pretty much a god, which, no, there's only one of those. And when she made the mistake of thinking that she could decide who went on that command wall, hopefully she learned a lesson. I saw this one the other day. It's really awesome. Chevron has signed a contract with the federal government to drill for oil in the Gulf of America. Now, that name change is what this right here is all about. A lot of people don't know it, but Joe Biden tried to complicate things before he left office. He passed down a lot of orders and stuff to make it difficult to drill in the Gulf of Mexico. Well, if the Gulf of Mexico don't exist anymore, those orders are no good. It's that simple. It's not the Gulf of Mexico. All of those regulations he put in place to try to stop oil from being drilled there, they're dead in the water. That's what the name change was about. A lot of folks don't know that. But here's a big surprise, stunning. Disney's upcoming spinoff of Star Wars, in the first episode, it has depicts a rape of an undocumented migrant by an officer. I wonder where that idea came from. Disney just will not learn. They just will not learn their lesson. Their stock's crashing. Nobody's watching their movies, and they keep putting crap like this out there. I got to beat my own chest on this one. I told people for 30 years or more that Disney was being run by a bunch of perverts. And everybody around here, especially in Central Florida, they think Disney's just all that, they're everything. Well, as far as I'm concerned, Disney ruined Central Florida. I remember what Central Florida was like before Disney got here. And they ruined it. This was a nice place. You could go fishing here. Look at that. Look at the numbers drop. That's cool. You don't like me getting on Disney? That's fine. Get out of here. If you're letting them indoctrinate your children, you don't need to be here anyway. That's a damn fact. They ruined this part of Florida. And their political clout, which lasted from the mid 70s until just up a couple of years ago. You know, they pretty much run this place. It's over now. Thank goodness. But they keep turning out junk like that, and they can't figure out why people won't go to their movies. And this is a beauty right here. MSNBC weekend host Simone Townsend, I think is her name. She wanted to get on there and say that if Donald Trump can pick these illegal immigrants up and send them out of the country without any due process, we're going to get into that in just a minute. Then the next thing it'll be is people of color. When are these people going to learn that the race card has been played so much? Nobody gives a damn anymore. Nobody cares. That's why so many people of color voted for Donald Trump. They're not falling for that Democratic Party plantation bullshit anymore. Sorry about that. It's that simple. But while we're on due process, let me go ahead and get this out there. These Democrats that are down in El Salvador talking about due process for this illegal immigrant that was ordered deported twice, but never had to leave the country because he and his lawyer put up the front that he would be killed if he was returned to El Salvador. They're talking about how, you know, he didn't get his due process. Well, he is not entitled to the same due process you are because he's not an American citizen. He is entitled to limited due process. But he went through that with those two previous trials where they said, you got to go. But we're going to let you stay. We're going to suspend that and let you stay. So he went through his due process twice. And if the Democrats are so worried about due process, where in the hell were they when the FBI and Homeland Security was running around the country scarfing up people that just happened to be on the Capitol grounds on January 6th? They didn't even go into the building. They were going around the country, you know, arresting these people, and they put them in that damn gulag up there in Maryland, and they never had a trial. Never, ever, not one trial. Where were they then? So I don't want to hear that hypocritical crap. Their idea of due process is who they want they to have it. Not the way it is supposed to be in the law. You know, there's still people there until Donald Trump signed that executive order pardoning all of those people. There were hundreds of them up there, treated terrible, that never saw a courtroom. There was no due process. They were there for years. Where were these fake ass Democrats then? I'm about to get bent. Need to slow down. I'm about to get bent. Let me slow down. See, that's why I need my babe here to kind of keep me wound down. But that was, you know, I don't want to hear that crap out of them. Especially for that guy. I think now they picked another illegal immigrant they won't sent back. I think I saw something about that, heard something about that on the news blurb today. But, I mean, if the first one didn't work out too well, I don't think the second one will either. But I could be wrong. All right. Let me get off that and get on with it. How many of you saw this genius right here? Jasmine Crockett. She was on Jimmy Kimmel the other night, showing her butt again. Talking about how Elon, is ignorant. How she's smarter than Elon. She's smarter than Donald Trump. She challenged Donald Trump to take an IQ test with her. Donald Trump don't need to do that. I'll do it. I'll take an IQ test with her because I know I'm smarter than her. I got a 164 IQ and I can pretty much figure out anything I need to figure out. So if she wants to go head to head with somebody, come on, take me on. I'll do it. I'll take it with you. As a matter of fact, let's take it verbally. Let's don't have it on paper. Let's have somebody sit and ask us the questions one at a time on live TV. I guarantee you I'll embarrass her. I guarantee you I will. But, people think all this DEI stuff is new. It's just got a new name. This diversity, equity, and inclusion. It used to be called affirmative action. And that's where the federal government mandated that municipalities and states, had to give so many people of color positions in colleges or in jobs or whatever. I think it was 33%. If you owned a company and you were going to hire somebody, you had to hire 33% people of color, no matter what their qualifications were. Colleges had to accept 33% minorities. They had to graduate 33% minorities, no matter if they passed the course or not. That one right there, she's one of those affirmative action degrees. You can listen to her talk and tell she's not smart. And she wants to go on TV and act like that. And all the liberals are just sucking up to her and are trying to make her a superstar. I think her and AOC would be a perfect ticket in 28. That'd be a good ticket. I miss any questions over here? Demo Man Don dropped in. Yeah. There we go. Grit and Grace. Thank you so much. But that I know because I worked in government in the 80s and 90s when they had to hire those people. And I had to have some of them work for me. They were assigned to me. It was my subordinates. And they were some of the dumbest people. I'm not picking on people of color. I'm not doing it. Don't think that. I'm basing this opinion on what I personally observed. But, they just changed the name of affirmative action to DEI when they wanted to include, perverts and mentally ill people. That's all they did. But let me get on off that. All righty then. I'm sure you all saw this one. Well, come on up now. Come on. There we go. The Supreme Court heard the case about the Maryland school district that wouldn't let parents opt their children out of perverse training. But it looks like the Supreme Court's going to fall down on their side. They're going to come down on the side of the parents, it looks like. But what surprises me about this is that it had to go that far. The school district said that they can't let people opt out. They couldn't let students opt out because there wasn't enough students attending the classes. Well, what in the hell do you think you should do then? You think you should take away their right not to be perverted? No. Do away with the classes. It's that simple. They would actually save money. And they would quit trying to use children as sex toys. But no, they didn't want to do that. All right, I'm getting wound up tonight. You can tell last week I was kind of different last week because I thought we needed a wake-up call with all the events last week. But I'm back on these topics here tonight that we all need to pay attention to. That is so ludicrous. It's ridiculous that they're even in the news. Everything here is just kind of foolish. All right. But yeah, hopefully I'm pretty sure the Supreme Court's going to land on the parent side on that one. I'll listen to some of the comments back and forth between the justices and the lawyer for the Maryland School District. And it wasn't good for that lawyer, that's for sure. But now we're going to get into one here that's really important, guys. Tulsi Gabbard. This is the one Texas Raider shared with us on social media. I actually printed it off so I could get this right. If you didn't see it, you're not going to believe it. But here it is. Department of National Intelligence releases secret Biden plan raising serious civil liberties concerns. These were directives sent down by Joe Biden to different departments within the federal government while he was, I said Joe Biden. It probably wasn't Joe, it's probably whoever was handling him. But I printed these because I want to get them right. And I'm going to leave them up right there so you can see them. To combat domestic threats, the Biden administration advocated censorship, closing people's accounts at banks, financial institutions, and instituting gun control. That's number one. This came from the President of the United States down to federal departments. Number two, this shows that officials aim to track concerning non-criminal behavior, a move that has no precedent in the United States, none whatsoever. It's never happened before. But Joe Biden did it. Right there. Number three, it directed the Department of Justice, the FBI, and the Department of Homeland Security to target incidents concerning non-criminal behavior. That means they're watching me on social media. Might have been watching you on social media. Next, the Biden administration obliterated the line between lawful expression and criminal intent by encouraging federal agencies to monitor speech that involved no criminal activity. You can bet your ass they were watching me. Hopefully I changed a couple of them FBI guys' mind. You know, maybe they said, whoa, wait a minute, maybe this guy's got something. Maybe we don't need to be doing this. And the last one, despite repeated public denials, had followed an explicit policy of identifying people based solely on their political views. That right there proves Tulsi Gabbard released it. Federal government was watching people like me, watching people like you, even though there was no probable cause or reasonable suspicion to do so. Now, what needs to be done with this, the follow-up to this needs to be any department head that got this, any officer or agent or analyst that actually acted on that, they need to be found and they need to be fired because they violated the Fourth Amendment and the First Amendment of everybody in the United States that was not a criminal, that was just stating opinions like I do right here. And they were monitoring me illegally. It's that simple. And it could easily be tracked because, you know, it went out on computer. They wasn't passing out papers to each other. It went out on the net. It went out in emails. It went out in memos, you know. So it could easily be tracked. So they need to track down every one of them and fire them. Can you tell I'm wound up tonight? I've had enough. I've had enough of these liberal ass Democrats and all the crap they're pulling to destroy this country. I've had enough. But hey, all we can do is hang on, do the best for us, get ready. Like I told you last week, just get ready. Things are getting worse every day. They're not getting any better. Hopefully it'll turn around, but I don't see it happening anytime soon. So you need to be ready for when it goes bad. Those are the things I wanted to bring you tonight. I'm going to plug a couple of products here that I think you need. You really do. Thanks, folks, for being with me. First one is a food package I saw advertised today. I get emails from Emergency Essentials. And I checked out this food deal they have for their 72-hour kit. There's a link down below. Oh, there's also a link to that article down below, the one that Tulsi released. But there's a link down below to this food package. It's $100, but today, I'm sure you can do it again tomorrow if you use that promo code. You can get it for $84. And I know for an absolute fact, these are good foods. I've had them myself. They have real meat in them. And $84, $85, let's say, for this package. All of those packages are big enough to feed 2 people. You get 9 pouches. It's on the website. Well, but this is some good food. That's a good price. Click on that link below. They're not paying me anything to tell you that. I wasn't giving anything free. I'm just telling you that's a good deal on that food, because it's real food and it'll last forever. If you just want to buy it and put it up somewhere. Hurricane season's coming. Plus, you never know, when the entire economy might go sideways and you can't buy food. But that's a pretty good little deal right there. Now, the other one I want, actually, there's 2 more I want to turn you on to. Here's the other one, Ammo Depot. Okay, if you buy ammo in 300, 400, 500 rounds at a time, go check these people out. There's a link down below to them as well, because they run specials every now and then. That's just crazy. They had an AR-15 on there yesterday. Oh, wow, I can't remember who built it, but it was a quality AR-15. It was on sale for $307. And ammo, they had an ammo deal last week. I jumped on 300 rounds of 9mm Blazer, copper casing, good stuff. $60 for 300 rounds. No shipping. Free shipping. Every now and then they'll drop a special like that. So you need to go over there and check them out. Sign up to get emails from them when they run those specials. Because, they got some crazy, awesome prices on stuff over there. And like I said, if you buy ammo like I do, I like to go in the range and fire off a few rounds every now and then. That's a great place to restock your ammo. And the last one I'm going to drop a promo for. None of these people paid me. None of these people did anything for me to do this. But Spikes Tactical in Apopka, Florida. Yeah, if you'll remember me telling you last week, I was working on one of my 2A tools. I was having a problem with it. I couldn't get it right. So I took it to the manufacturer. I took it straight up to Spikes. They're the ones that made it. In and out in probably 15 minutes. And not only did they correct that problem, they went through the entire gun, tightened up some pins, checked on some other things. Absolutely free for me. I bought a magazine, which I got for half price. And now this tool works super amazing. But, if you're in the market for a good, they're a little pricey. But if you're in the market for a good AR or something like that, check out Spikes Tactical. They got some great stuff up there, guys. But I think I'm done. All right. Look at that, 28 minutes and 43 seconds. Getting in right under the line there. That 30 minutes I asked you to give me every week. And I appreciate every one of you being here. I love you all. Keep watching what's going on, guys. It ain't getting no better. One more thing. Almost forgot. Next Saturday, May 3rd, there's some guys coming over from another prepper group that want me to help them build these portable generators like the ones I did in the video that I showed you guys. If you want to do that, if you want to come over and join them and build your generator, I'll show you how to do that. Shoot me an email if you want to come over. You can come up and get together. We'll all get together. Got a location already set, and we'll get you involved, and you can build your generator, and I'll help you step by step if you need me to. Just get the pieces, parts, and we'll do it together. So with that, I'm going to say stay strong, keep prepping, and pray for the USA, guys. I love every one of you. Thank you for being here. The Orlando Prepper is out.